Well, this is the plant that I have been embarrassed to talk about for 4 years now. You have probably seen it in videos without me discussing anything about it. So this is a Carolina Sapphire Cypress that I have turned into a topiary at a time when I was so into topiary. So I turned this one into one and another plant. So after turning this plant into a topiary, I learned from a YouTube video that this plant does not like to be in a container. It wants to be in the ground because it can get very tall. So you can see how it's probably is true that it doesn't want to be in a container because it wants to be, you know, it wants to grow to its full mature height. That was the reason why I was embarrassed. I felt like I had done this plant a disservice, and not only that, I was neglecting it. I just left it to just fend for itself. I rarely watered it. So anyway, but this plant is so tough. It wants to live. Even though I rarely watered it, it's still, it was still tolerating whatever that I gave it. And of course, whatever the rainwater that it got. I think last year was when I started doing something about it, starting to, put it in a location that I could see it often, so I could water it when I water the other plants as well. Now, this plant has been in my garden in the container for 4 years now. So I did the topiary in 2021, February of that year. And I never even showed a picture of it. I talked about it in one of my Instagram posts, never even showed the photo of it. So I don't know how big it was, but I do have the tag, and I believe I bought a 2.25 gallon size container. So I guess it's a pretty good size, and I saw the structure of it that it could turn into a nice topiary, and that's why I bought this particular one. Anyway, I wanted to do something nice for it this year, and that is to repot it into a bigger container because it is looking so good this year. Let me move some of these. Just ignore these. I have been neglecting these plants as well. So anyway, I came here yesterday and lifted this already, and there is some roots on the bottom there. See that? So we'll cut that off. I'm gonna put this fabric liner in the hole, on top of the hole, so that way soil's not getting through, and hopefully the roots will not go out as well. We'll take the rocks out. It has put on, I would say when it was first purchased, it was half the size of this. Now, I don't know for sure, but just going based off memory. Now, I didn't know if this could be turned into a topiary, so before I did it, I did go online and I did see some photos of it being in a topiary, so I was like, okay, someone has done it. So I decided to turn mine into a topiary also. I didn't really pay attention to how they did it. I was just going based of, my own creativity. I like to be creative on my own, just looking briefly at what I saw. Recently, I went on YouTube to see if people discuss this plant at all, but I did not see any. So hopefully somebody out there who is doing the same thing and who wants to do the same thing will be able to see this video, that you can do it, but just know that more likely you're gonna get roots trying to escape, which you will likely have to root prune on a regular basis. So hopefully we can lift this out easy. I did not water it today yet, so let's see. Nope. We're gonna go ahead and cut the roots. If you're wondering, this is 90% alcohol that I'm spraying the pruner with. Oh yeah, it's growing into the edges too. All right, let's see. I'm gonna make a mess over here. I think I'm gonna go get the blue tarp. All right, so with my bad back, I think I'm just gonna lean it like that. Woo! Look at that. So many roots. See that? We'll just tease. I mean, it's not bad. It's not circling that I can tell. Maybe this one is. For my gloves. Still making a mess. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I have the root flare above the soil. Not sure if I like seeing this right here. Yeah, this one looks like it's growing into, so I'm gonna take that out. Well, after seeing how tough it has been, I am pretty sure that this is not going to hurt it. There's a root that's circling right here, so I'm gonna cut this one off too, or cut it out. All right, I think that's good. Soil in. I put some fertilizer in here already. I have some pine bark, and I use the cypress blended mulch that's on the in the front there, that over time it has degraded nicely, so we'll see. Well, I guess I need more soil. Yeah, I need more soil. All right, intermission, we're gonna go get some more soil. It's probably better for me to mix these two anyway, so go ahead and do this. I am sure it's going to love this new bigger pot, because remember, it wants to be free. The reason I never wanted to plant it in the ground is because I'm kind of scared of big trees, because we have a lot of big trees already. So I don't need any other big trees around the house especially. So that is the reason why I do not like big trees, and wanted this as a topiary from the beginning, until I learned that big plants prefer to be in the ground versus in containers. Anyway, well, if anything, this proves that you can turn your Carolina Sapphire Cypress into a topiary, even though you might need to do root pruning every so often. And this plant proves that it can tolerate being in the container, and it shows that, you know, it can look beautiful as a topiary. Here it is. All I have to do now is just water it in really good. That's the one challenging thing about this plant, is that it's almost like a see-through plant that it's hard to photograph or take a picture or a video of. It means that I need to put it somewhere where it could contrast with the background. Even with the yellow sunflower in the background there, it's kind of hard to see. Anyway, that's what it looks like, and that's what it looks like on the bottom there. So what I have learned from this plant is that I should not be embarrassed with what I did. It's a learning process. Because of the whole situation, I missed out on documenting this plant, even though in my head I kind of could see the progress of it, but because I have so many plants in the garden, you know, it's not as vivid as I would like it to be. If I had documented, you know, it would have been so much better. So anyway, it's good to learn from your past. And going forward, I'm just going to enjoy this Carolina Sapphire Cypress, take photos, videos of this plant, and then share the progress of this plant with you going forward. So anyway, if you would like to do the same thing to your Carolina Sapphire Cypress, and if you're also somebody who doesn't want like big plants because you know you don't have space for it or for some other reasons, just know that you can turn this into a topiary, and so far it is looking really good. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful, and until the next video, I hope you take care. Bye for now.